What's good, my beautiful people? This feels so surreal because I've been away from media or away from in front of the camera for a very long time. But let me welcome you all to my brand new talk show. You can call it a talk show, you can call it a conversation show. I'm gonna say it two vibes. But anyway, the name of the show, that's why I'm saying our name, is Martin Kimathi Talks. I'm so happy that you guys are gonna embark on this journey with me. Earlier on, I remember I did a video and I told you guys issue to our narrative global, but we had to change the name because my name is Martin Kimathi and I really intend to be very intentional with this product. So before we even delve more and I introduce my guest, kindly go ahead and subscribe to our page across all platforms, Martin Kimathi Talks. And now, drum rolls, time to introduce my guest. She is a phenomenal human being. I'm talking about when it comes to media, when it comes to emceeing, when it comes to DJing, and overall just a very good person because I think I've known her for quite a while and we have a very dope chemistry together. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Azeezah, aka the Media Messiah. Hey.
Unajua alikuwa anatafuta huo msemo mwenye anaintroduce kwa sababu hiyo title jamani simwani.
Ngoja kwanza tani recap. Multi award winning media personality,
my lord,
TV host,
my lord,
MC, radio host, content creator.
Oh my god. Guys, I'm so emotional.
She really stands on business. She is the definition of standing on business.
Always.
Alafu unajua maybe I think media uliona hii media inataka kuokolewa ndio yani the Messiah is here.
Kabisa ndo tumefika.
Karibu sana.
Thank you so much. Every single time when we link up, it's always just vibes to yani. Yeah. And before we even start, I want to tell you thank you because I remember you're the first person who literally introduced me to media, mainstream media in a different way. Like, this is what you should do. Be like this, try that. And that's something nimechukulia ka Biblia. So, giving you your flowers before we start.
I truly appreciate. And then, the thing is, the first time I ever heard of you, nilikusikiza kwa radio.
Yeah.
But I couldn't put the face and the voice together. And then the next time nakuona, I'm seeing your audition video, Republic. And I was told the producers, take her because you just exuded confidence and somehow you really reminded me when I was starting. And that was possibly ya kwanza tulipatana nikiwa high school.
I swear because imagine you guys came and did your first Teen Republic show in our high school, and I remember telling my friend, by the way, I want to do what those guys are doing because you are the one who was so confident at the time, and honestly I was like, I have to do this show. So Mungu anajua walai.
Mungu anajuanga tuna manifest na chiki umepiga pamba.
Siri kwa sababu nakutana na Martin Kimathi jamani, nakuja aje nikiwa nakaa vile nataka.
But let me ask you, one of the most your biggest asset, Milky Uliza, someone who's really followed your brand and your career, has to be your voice. Have you always been confident about it?
Never. I used to be bullied because of my voice. And it's something I've said before because I hated it. Well, imagine when he kadogo, number one, and then ukiongea ka mbaba. So people
uko 5'2" ama 5'3". Tunaangalia wapi?
I'm 5'1". Nikitoa hizi heels, unajua umenizoea, every single time we meet I'm always in heels.
I need to meet you in sneaks ama yani na some open shoes.
Tako unanitafuta yuko wapi, ameenda wapi? Yeah, so I wasn't always confident about my voice because growing up you have this girl groups whereby as girl groups kuna kuanga na hizi criticism na peananga. So they used to be like, hiyo sauti yako ina sound very deep kama mwanaume uko na bass. So it used to really hurt me a lot. And even when it comes to family, my aunt, I think it was from a good place, but then she was always like, wewe ubonge tu na hiyo bass yako, tunajua unabonga na bass. So it really used to make me feel so bad. The only time where I used to use it to my advantage is because I was a prefect. So imagine when I'm short, alafu when captain, form ones, clear the corridor. Watu wanatafuta huyo hawamuoni lakini kila mtu amekimbia. So that was my payback kinda.
Yeah. Mimi acha nikuambie, I've been bullied. My bullying ilikuwa natupo kwa mto
Walai.
Yeah.
Why?
Imagine nimetupwa kwa mto. Like growing up, wasol kwa naona mimi ni msofty sana.
Yeah.
And then they used to think like, you know, they can just push me around.
Because you're such a kind person.
Imagine, yani I'm such a, you know, chill out guy.
Yeah.
Sinanga mambo mob. Imagine nimetupwa kwa rive. And then mimi niliingia boarding school nikiwa 10 years. I was shifted to boarding school when I was 10 years. So I felt so out of place because number one, boarding school iko Meru.
Oh my God.
Number two,
na mlikuwa mnakaa Nairobi?
Yeah, me I'm born and bred in Nairobi.
Yeah.
And then
alafu napelekwa shags.
Niingiza kwa shags. Kwa kule ndani unaona ile shags, yani the only school iko na stima. Yani hiyo kijiji mzima.
Yeah.
So I felt so out of place, and then now I was schooling with people tuko same age lakini they are very big physically.
Yeah.
One day I got into a fight. I was so punched, like my right eye inawanga ndogo kuliko hiyo ingine kwa sababu I couldn't see for like 3 weeks.
I'm so sorry.
To imagine.
Lakini hao mabuli sasa wako kwa DMC ni link up na interview.
And then, you know, so also this really translates to what do you take of bullying, especially when you are a young person?
I think it's quite sad because it's never, you take a lot of time as an adult to heal your inner child because your inner child was damaged in that the things that you could have used as your strengths, you consider to be weaknesses because people always used to wanakuattack na hizo vitu. So it took quite a long time for me to accept my voice, even when it comes to auditions nini because two things I used to get bullied for. Mimi ni short na uko na sauti kubwa, hizo vitu haziendani bana.
People were intimidated.
At that time I couldn't see it because I was like, wow, so Mungu amenipatia nini here? I can't be tall, I can't have a girlish voice. Siwezi hata ongelesha maboy kwa funky because ukiongea kwa nani mwanaume kati yenu. So it was kind of sad. Now when you grow up, it takes a lot of time for you to heal that inner child and for you to accept that, you know, I am enough or I'm worthy even with what I have, and I can use what I have as a strength rather than a weakness. Yeah.
And at what point did you realize that you've actually healed and embraced yourself for who you are?
I think every day is a healing process. I don't think it happens instantly. Even right now, kuna times zenye mseta niambia someone will compliment you and it'll still catch me by surprise. And I'm still like, because when you'll cringe at listening to yourself. Ama nini. Imagine mpaka sahi, if I'm being very, very honest, because it's you, I mean. So if I'm being very, very honest, mpaka sahi kuna kaleka imposter syndrome whereby Mr. wa show like CG amini, lakini deep down kuna ile enyewe do I even deserve to be in this place? Na nanika God unansongesha sana, lakini yo.
But you know, every great person gets to go through that because there's those people who they are really very good at what they do. And at times they fill up the space in the room, and a lot of people get intimidated by that. And you know, as it's human nature, kuna venye yani unafeel kama your energy kwa bit off, you have to step up now on your own. And for me, from where I stand, I feel like you are good. You're the most confident person.
Thank you so much.
And you're very intentional.
Thank you so much.
Thing.
We really try. We really try so with that.
Your humility, we really try.
Because deep down, even as you tell me that, to be honest, I'm like, am I really that person? Yes, you say I'm confident, but deep down, there are times when you're naingianga to places and you're like, yo, God, thank you kwa kuniweka hapa, but yeah.
And then, okay, since we're still talking about healing comes with a lot of vulnerability.
That's true.
What is your understanding of being vulnerable?
I think I'm slowly but surely also learning my kind of vulnerability because I'm one person who is very emotional. But you find when you're going through stuff, I don't like asking for help. So even when you're vulnerable, it's really hard to trust people. So unapata throughout that process, as I told you, healing is a journey in just everything that you do. So when you start being vulnerable, you'll unfortunately, or I have unfortunately been vulnerable to the wrong people, and it has cost you. So that breaks your heart as you go by. But then ukiendelea, now you're also learning, okay, who to be vulnerable to, who to not to, constantly fighting that battle of, okay, should I be vulnerable here? Should I not? I'm a Taurus, so I lock myself in when I'm going through isht, so I lock myself in until I feel finally better. But then there are also good people who intentionally just care about you and want to be there, so I end up disappointing them sometimes. So from an honest perspective, I'm still also mastering that vulnerability whereby sometimes you see overshare share, but pia usi undershare or who to share to. So it's a learning curve even for me.
Wow, because I can really resonate with what you're saying. You see, for me, I've also been a very
yeah.
And then I came to get to a point where I felt like if I'm able to speak about some of the things I've always just been holding on, if I'm able to speak of them loudly and I'm able to articulate and communicate and tell people about them, that's a huge win when it comes to healing.
Yeah.
So, you know, as a man, kuna na ile inetangwaje I'm looking for
toxic masculinity.
Yes.
Yeah.
So kuna na hiyo, and then you feel like there's no way you can be vulnerable to anyone.
Yeah.
And I got to a point where I decided, you know what, it doesn't work like that. So I understood that my healing journey has really progressed when I'm able to talk about some of the things that I've always just
to yourself. Yeah.
And there's one thing that you have said, that you always the kind of person who doesn't like asking for help.
Yeah.
Is Nikituli grew up now ama ni?
I think growing up, nobody ever asked me, like, are you okay? Are you not? You know, I'm the second born in the family. And now you understand. Unajua wazazi washa experiments na first born. So they've learned the ins, the outs. And then now there's a last born mwenye sasa they can tendekeza. So when you're second born, everybody thinks that you have your ish sorted out. Like, wanajua Kenya nafanya. And I was always a straight A student. I was always wale ni prefect, ni nini, in sports uko hapo, debate you're there. So you always wanted to be the perfect child, but out of being that, you're suffering inside and nobody is asking you if you're okay. So by the time you grow up, you're like, still as matani was sure I've always been doing everything on my own. You find even in a relationship, me, I'm not gonna ask you to carry things for me. Nini mehama juzi and I was like, mi ndo huyo nimebebana na fridge, watu mko wapi tubebane na fridge. So some things happen unintentionally and you don't understand that the basis imetoka from how you've always been as a child. And by the time you grow up, mi nimehamisha kila kitu peke yangu, nimebebesha okay, meza tutaweka hapa, mpaka watu wa kuhama wako like, si ukwe kama wasichana wengine like umetulipa. So yeah, it's still quite a battle. Yeah.
It's crazy because of the story ya kuhama, because the story ya kuhama yani, I have two brothers. I'm the second born.
Yeah.
And
so that means you're the last born.
No, I'm the second
born.
There's
first
older
born,
brother,
alafu wewe, alafu the
and then sisi tumachana na 4 years.
Yeah. That's so cool.
Yeah, so like my birthday is in October, my small brother birthday is in October, and my big brother is
your parents were very calculative.
My mom's birthday is on November, my dad's birthday was on November. It's crazy.
So yani nyingi October, November bash tu
family mzima imetengenezwa. So there's this time before I moved out, me no yani nili move out ile kwa sababu I think like what you're saying, being a second born. My big brother used to have a very alikuwa na shida ya alcohol. He was an alcoholic.
Yeah.
So what he used to do is to steal some of my clothes. Like zile nguo umesave.
Zile
the fresh.
Walai mimi nasikia nikana za piga mtu.
So one day I was so mad. I'm like, I'm just there. And I asked my mom, like, honestly, sasa tutaishi aje hapa? My mom was like, you know what, wewe umejipanga, because that time I was already on TV. She was like, unajua umejipanga, si wame tu kwa sababu huyu
atoki
huwezi toka lafu akana shida and lazima like I have to be there. So I truly understand how to mature really fast in life. You know, and that also it comes with its own benefit, because this leads to my question, because you've always been book smart, a student, and also when I look at you, I perceive you being also really street smart. Ukiangalia moves you may make, because education alone cannot get you to places.
That's true. That's why I dropped out of school.
Me too, mama. Yani tukana similarities mobs.
Twins, man.
So like, do you think where you are right now, is it based on being street smart or book smart?
I think both. Reason being, me being street smart ndo imenipatia the opportunities that I have, but being book smart has enabled me to retain the opportunities, in that you will approach things differently. When you give me a job, like I can do tech today, whereby nakuchambulia tech. I tell you this phone internal storage iko hivi, and this is the reason as to why nini, why exactly the refresh rate is like this, and this is what you get out of this nini. I don't want to go too techy, but you can do that.
Get down, you
can do that out of being book smart, because you've learned how to absorb information and get yourself the right knowledge. But if you're street smart, you know, okay, your opportunity iko hivi, who do I need to know? How do I need to approach this person? Na jumi nimelelewa ghetto, mi dem nimelelewa. My parents are from Majengo. I've been raised in Calif, so mini demo mtaani. Usiache kizungu kudanganya. Calif Records.
Masau zaliwa kila saa.
Mimi nakwambia.
Wow.
So out of that, because my parents are hustlers, especially my dad is a big hustler. Ni ile yenye leo ajui mtakula nini, lakini he will go aunganisha hii deal na hii deal. So ni ile unajuanga tu, you just have to make things work. So kama ni audition, kwanza the first 3 years in the industry, I've been doing this for 6 years. Past 3 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
6 years in the game.
From when I was 18, now I'm 24.
Wow.
So umekuwa tu unatafuta hapa na hapa. So naenda okay, kuna audition pahali, acha niende 3 months mnataka intern, sawa. Aya, amenisaidia in this way, amenisaidia in this way. So I took that time to absorb a lot of knowledge of the industry, try out everything. Kudirect, kuproduce, kusoma news, kufanya literally anything and everything. Baka camera work, editing, recording my own voiceovers, audio. Like I wanted to understand everything in the industry inside out. Now that's street smart. And then now sasa uko like, my dad ameniambia nimequit job yangu ya marketing, so I need 2 months to look for a job. What do I need to do? Check out every single media house that's doing this. Send in my demos everywhere. I'll remember within 2 months, if you don't get a job, you go apologize to those people and tell them you want your job back, because you don't quit a job in the middle of COVID that's paying you really well. So happen to street smart inakuja, whereby say inaweza toka niseme okay, I'm going to do interviews in this and this and this country, or I want to go do a gig here because I want to meet this kind of person that will eventually lead me to where I want to go, which is Hollywood.
Wow, that's man, amen to Hollywood and it's coming.
I mean,
you know, for me, the reason why I actually even dropped out of school is I landed my internship at KBC.
Akiwa, unajua story yangu ni kinda the same thing. Nilikuit vile nilipata internship Ibru.
Now actually we'll get to it. I think it's something that it's good to tell people these things. Mimi ni Kole. Kole, I haven't finished. Like, you know, now the college that I went to, kulikuanga na ile break where you need to look for internship. Now, even before I got to media, because mimi nilifight sana with my mom kwa story ya media. My mom she was good in hospitality. She was in the hospitality industry. And all my brothers, they're chefs. So walifuata mtindo yenye my mom was saying. Nilikuanga ule manga. I was like, and this is what I'm doing. I'm doing this media. So nimeingia internship KBC. And the first day, because let me tell you, when you hear the greats wamepitia KBC one
that's
another,
true.
Man, that place really molded me. Now I'm at this place, I'm 20 years old, I'm being sent on ground, napatana na the likes of Akina John Alanam.
Walai.
Same story as the John, like
actually quite news anchor. You know, I can't believe that.
Tell you, I started as a news anchor.
While they're editing this, they need to look for those videos and news anchoring so we can all respond to it together.
Mimi nilikuwa nafanya habari, and then you know, let me tell you now.
Ngoja kabla uendelee. Hebu sema ni kama unafanya nini.
It's been years. Wow, it's been years. Okay, can I
Seme ni 1 p.m. news, and it's KBC at 1 with Martin Kimathi.
Okay.
Mpaka hapo your top story ni Matters Politics. Twende.
Okay, so good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to KBC News at 1. My name is Martin Kimathi. Our top story
is
what? Can you imagine? Yo, I'm 34 now.
Yo.
And I did that when I was 20.
Imagine.
So, you know, at KBC, the pressure was there's always the 1 p.m. bulletin. And interns used to do most of the job when it came to the 1 p.m. bulletin. Now you have to go around. You have to cover the story. you have to rush back to the studio, it has to be edited,
Yeah.
and then we used to do the cutaways,
unakata bites zako,
and then you know where like kuna voice na kuna the story of maybe like the person you're covering has come to, so you do those cutting.
Ngoja mlikuwa mnajifanyia hizo cutting zenye sisi tulikuwa tunakata bites zetu alafu editor ataweka voice yako na bites pamoja.
Madam, day 3 as an intern. So you do that, and then you know you really want to perform, kwa sababu hiyo inaenda kwa record yako. So you get to that point, and then you are able just to do all these things. By the time I was finishing my internship, I was like, what's the need of me going back to school? Because already the skills that I've developed, I can be able to look for a job. And that's how yani mina chuo
au show up
ilienda hivi ikaenda hivi. So like but how much confidence do you need in yourself, like especially for you to get to a point where you truly believe in what you're doing?
I think for me it's less of confidence, more of passion.
Oh, wow.
Like confidence is there, yes, but then what keeps me going or what drives me is the bigger goal. I speak about it because I'm so passionate about it. The fact that nataka kwenda Hollywood, the fact that nataka kwenda E-News, nataka kwenda BT. Kila mtu mwingine anakujanga anasema, "Oh, mimi nataka kwenda CNN, mimi sitaki kwenda CNN na BBC. Mimi nataka kwenda E-News na nataka kwenda BT because I'm an entertainment girl. I've done news, I've done politics, I've done all of that, but I love entertainment. So for me, it's passion more than anything. The confidence inakujanga tu ukiwa na passion. I think I have an alter ego. My videographer was actually telling me, do you know you have an alter ego? Because he knows me on a personal level and he's like my best friend. So tukiwa tumeka anajua the emotional side of me. There's Azeezah that breaks down. There's Azeezah that questions herself. There's Azeezah that doubts herself sometimes. But then now when I step on stage or when I hold a microphone or when I'm in front of a camera, the media messiah comes in. It's not me, it's the media messiah. So your confidence in your media messiah. So Azeezah is very shy, quite an introvert, quite a lover girl. Napenda tu nyumbani, kupika, kufanya vitu za mtoto wa kike. Mimi ni mtoto wa Kiswahili.
Biryani.
Mimi napika kila kitu. Nilipika ugali juzi naweka kwenye Instagram, watu wananiambia haya sasa tag mwenye amepika. I'm like, guys, come on. Yeah.
Wow. How are you able to balance Azeezah and media messiah? Have they ever clashed?
I think having the right people around me. Siezi sema it's me. I am blessed to have an amazing team. I'm blessed to have a videographer who's my best friend. I'm blessed to have a security guard who's like my big brother. I'm blessed to have
your big brother tuende pale kuleta
atakunyanyua vizuri. And then I have dancers who are also like my boys, yani ile kabisa. So you find whenever one falls short of the other, maybe I go for an event, niko media messiah mode, and then someone does something. I told you I'm a very emotional person, so I'm akifanya kitu, I'm like, why would you do that? Like, that's not kind. Kuna day nimeenda, we were on stage for such a big event and nikaenda kando kulia. So you find I was trying to call one of my mentors so that she can help me out, but sikuweza kumpata. But now my dancers came through and stepped in, and they're like, you know what, tunarudi on stage and we have to do this and do that, and we killed that show more than any other. So my confidence or that part of kuklash nini is basically covered by my team, not really by me, because that's like my family. I have my family, my mom, my sister, my brother, my dad, but then now the people that I work with ndo amenishikilia yani ile kabisa.
And that's amazing, you know, and I think you pia inojina kamengi with the kind of person you are.
Yeah.
Because there are some people whom they're just unbearable to work with.
I can be quite difficult sometimes because I'm a perfectionist.
But you see, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. That's a really good thing.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, the brand is
kwanza mtu akichelewa wallahi the number of times I get mad.
For real?
Because mimi ni ile yenye tuko nafaa kufika saa ngapi, mbona tunachelewa? Because ukichelewa si ndo tunakaa vibaya. So twende home. Sasa mimi siwezi kukushow. Utanipigia unitafute siongee. Nikiwa nimejam, I don't like yelling or shouting, so I'll just keep quiet. And I'll just tell you by that, leo twende to home. So here's the pay for the day, or go home. Let's come back when we're ready to show up. Because for me, time is very, very important. And once niko late, it pisses me off and it ruins everything.
Yeah.
So I think that's my only very difficult parts.
What? But I think it's a strong point as well. It's because you are a leader. Do you sometimes like realize you're
I've been a leader my whole life. Mi nilingia class 1 kama class prefect ndo huyo. Class 1 mpaka class 8, form 1 mpaka form 4. I've always taken positions of leadership, even without asking for them.
What are some of the lowest moments umepitia that people don't know about?
Imagine zimekuwa mingi.
Like ni gani ile ultimate? Unajua ile.
Can I surprise you that last year was my worst year? The year that everybody thought I was experiencing the most wins, the most breakthroughs, was the worst year of my life.
But in the bank, it was good.
Not really. Like, I was experiencing wins, yes, but then there were a lot of challenges. And it started kwanzia January. So ni kitu, when it rains it pours, inaendelea tu. Yani Mungu aliamua tu last year nipige character development. Ni kule lessons za maana. I was taken to school. So I took in a lot of lessons, but I think God may compensate now this year. If I can give you an example, maybe somebody else can learn from it.
Yeah, like maybe like a specific example.
Yeah. First of all, financially. Because, and then remember, Miss Him saying tauliza for help. So you're struggling
so
alone.
Yeah.
The number of times mekula noodles na unatoka unaenda kwa TV unaonesha watu, welcome to the show, man. So the mistake I did 2022 ilisha ikiwa such a great year. In December nilikuwa na gigs back to back ni nini, but part of kuwa msee mwenye unaamini watu haraka, unapata you don't negotiate for contracts, you don't ask for down payments, and remember you're operating with a whole team that needs you to pay them. So you pay people in advance for nilikuwa nafanya gigs back to back in December. So niko sure by the time January mtu wa finance akikuja, my money will come back. So you've used your own salary, savings and everything you have to invest in your brand. An investment that did not come back. So January, February comes, you're broke. So what do? Malone. Unapigiwa na private numbers. It was bad. Like I'm just being honest, it was really bad.
Broke. You've gone through financial strains.
Vibaya sana.
I can say lack of information.
Not really lack of information, it's just being ignorant to certain things. Because it's not like I'm dumb. I do know that contracts need to be there, but then you're like, why isn't it? But then they will do you like that. And before you recover and stabilize, it takes some time. Because remember, taking a loan from somewhere that is not a bank or a financial institution, interest yake ni twice or double the amount of money that they're giving you. So before you recover, ukienda kulipa hii ulipe hii. So the only thing nilikuwa nafanya, at least because I don't want to be kicked out, I used to pay my rent in advance because I had 2 jobs at the time. So I'm like, melipa rent, alafu huyu namsort this time. Haya, niende ni tick off. Then ulipe unabakia una. So what do? Kopa again. So you're left in that cycle. Before you know it, and you're not asking people for help. Before you know it, it's a ripple effect. So that was number 1. And then as times went by, unapata, you don't look for gigs. So unangoja gigs zikutafute, because now I'm on radio, I'm on TV. So they need to look for me. So you're not doing as many gigs that could help you get out of that situation. So unapata, it's a whole terrible cycle. And then another thing, renegotiating your contracts when you get a job. Understanding, do I have a non-compete clause? Do I have, what is my notice period? What do I need to pay? So
understanding the nitty-gritties of the contract.
Like read the fine print
to details.
Especially kama hiyo ndo jobo yako ya kwanza. Kama ni jobo yako ya kwanza, tafuta mtu akusomee ama jisomee mwenyewe tena na tena, so that by the time unaondoka mahali au kwa in a place that will cost you. And also ensuring that, your savings is on check. Outfits and wigs are not investments.
For me, like one of the biggest financial mistakes I've done is there's a point where make, let's say, even 100k, 60k kuenda kwangu. Because in my head, nilikuwa nasema, I'm investing in my brand. So before I came to realize, like, hey, you need to move differently. I was in debt, I was broke, and that really taught me a lot. Now, I have this segment, it's called Pick and Why. I'm gonna mention 2 names. You pick one. And tell me why.
Okay.
You ready?
Okay.
Caroline Motuku, Amina Abdi.
Yo, those are 2 people that I absolutely love and adore, because Carol is the reason as to why I joined radio. Amina is my big sister. Okay, let me pick Amina.
Why?
Reason being, she's my big sister and mentor on a personal level, whereby I can call her at any given moment in time. I haven't had that relationship with Carol yet. I really hope to. But Amina has played a very, very big role in me making the right decisions, especially last year when I was going through it. Kabisa kabisa, she helped me bounce back with making the right decisions, approaching the right people, and just stabilizing kabisa kabisa. Yeah.
Bien Nyashinsky.
Bien, mana bald man. I have a thing for bald men. Come on, yo.
Yeah, my guy behind the camera is
when
bald.
a good girl goes bald, what you gonna do, yo? Bien, any day. Chiki akikuruka, unaweza come through.
Okay. Tracy Wanjiru and Itandero.
You can't make me choose that.
I mean, it's the game.
Yo, both of them are sweethearts, so I'll go with Anita. Reason being, I've also had a personal relationship with her. I love Tracy, but I haven't gotten ile sisterly bond yet.
Yeah.
We are still developing that. So with Anita, amechangia pakubwa kuwa kama big sister yani ile kabisa. Yeah.
Tom Daktari, Crazy Kenna.
Tom Daktari. Because I celebrate Crazy Kenna as an amazing content creator. He's changed the game completely when it comes to monetizing your talents and just doing things differently. But Tom Daktari, nilikuwa nakaa naye kwa ofisi, and he was just as stupid as he is on TikTok. So I definitely spend a whole day with him, man.
Last one, Shaq the Youngin, Sean Preezy.
Shaq the Youngin.
No, hold up, let me scratch that. Shaq the Youngin, Joseph Trents.
Shaq the Youngin. Reason being, we were friends with Shaq even before Energy, like way before. So I am very, 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 very close to. He knows a lot of my information. So
Shaq, I'm gonna holla at you, bro.
He's gotten me in trouble in some relationships whereby we're very close. Na nika brother wangu, like mi siwezi mwangalia kaa kitu ingine, ni brother tu. Unaona vile brother kuna mwangalia mpaka unashangaa saa huyu namjua tu vingine, and you find maybe you're dating someone and they're like, you and Shaq are too close. It's too much.
You know, I've got that a lot with Tracy.
Yeah, and there's nothing.
It's just so platonic. It's a very genuine friendship. Yeah. And so I can really relate to that. And then now, since you're talking about relationships, me, I know you're very private with your very.
That's something you taught me as well.
Yeah. but let me ask you. Do you feel like it can ever get to a point where you want to disclose it?
Not at all, unless someone unintentionally or maliciously decides to put your information out there. Because for me, I am, kama vile nimekwambia, I'm a very emotional person. So the moment I've never posted a man in my life.
Ata mkono.
Nawekea mkono nini?
Sika mkono.
Apana.
What if people want to know who's Azeezah dating, and maybe can we get advice or can we emulate, you know?
Never. A relationship haina blueprint ati mnafuatilia, even though tunafaa kuact kwa relationship, because as an active, mimi mwenyewe kwenye relationship I make a lot of mistakes because I'm very emotional. I'm such a baby girl. Unapata huku nje mimi ni lover girl ile mbaya kabisa. Mtu akiona huko nje anaona wewe ni hardcore, udema hawezi mshow kitu yoyote. But tukifika hapo, me I'm a damsel in distress. Like, you're the man in the relationship. Baby, unataka kula, unataka nani, I'll do this, I'll do that. Because mimi ni mtoto wa Kiswahili, umelelewa kuwa a girl, and I can never be a man. Huko nje tutapigana, tutamenyana. Lakini nikifika pale, mimi hata kuinua meza sijui kuinua.
Are you submissive?
Utanani? I am. Yeah. Because
is there anything wrong with being submissive in this time and age as a woman?
I don't think there's anything wrong. I just think people have the wrong idea or perception of submissiveness, whereby unapata a lot of, and I'm sorry to say, men enforce it forcefully, but submissiveness comes in naturally. If you're a man, a lady will naturally be submissive to you, but if you enforce it like lazima kuwa una submit, lazima kuwa una nani hivi, kudadeki utajisubmitia mwenyewe. Lakini if you're a man,
but I think that's manipulation.
Yeah, that is exactly when you're Mayweather. Unapata, there are men who naturally just are men, know how to be men. They know how to take control. Like for me, I cannot date someone ambaye aezi niambia, like if you cannot put me in my place atwezi nani, because as a man you should be able to guide me. I should be able to look up to you. So if I'm doing this, or if I'm in this place in my life, obviously I need a man who's slightly above me, so that he's telling me by that hii na hii hawezi na nivo na nitasikiza. There's no day my man has ever told me to do something na nikose kusema my man who's not my man. Agora siku atakwambia mimi naona fanya hivi ama nini, and I argue ama niseme no we're not doing this ama nini. I understand there's something you know that I don't. And you, by being the man, Mungu hakukosea akisema that men should lead.
It's true, like God alichukua ring ya mwanaume.
Na Mungu akasema wanaume waoe mabibi wanne, Mungu ukiamua kuniweka wa pili wa tatu, mimi sina shida, bora unaniangalia vizuri. Imagine I wouldn't mind. First of all, I'd like to be the second one so that the first one asifeel mbaya. Cause me stuck kufanya feel mbaya. Imagine me niko job, nimekuwa job the whole week, alafu kisha sina time ya kukupikia. No, sina time ya kukupikia. Ile Mungu hakuwa mjinga pia akisema hivyo. That's why he created men the way they are. So unapata mimi niko busy, nimekuwa napiga mboka ni nini. Si Fatma atanishikilia. Alafu sasa mimi weekend niko free, bring your kids even. Me, I'll take care of your kids and my kids.
Is that different with infidelity?
I'd rather
ama you rather have to be like a wife kwanza.
Sasa mimi ndo
kama sasa una date mtu alafu kana madem wengine, would you accept that?
No, I think the reason as to why kuna ile first wife, second wife, third wife, I'd rather know that this is the person uko kwake rather than sijui mara uko huku na fikiria mara na focus na gig ama na focus na I think he's at nani, or I thought nini. Me I want your security unlete magonjwa, ulete kitu yote. Mimi najua clearly if it's not me, yuko kwa Fatma ama yuko kwa Amina. End of story. Tusistressiane. Niko na watu 1 2 3 hapa ndani ya studio. Shukran sana.
I tried to get that. But that's really good. I like because like you think on your own and you move on your own. And then what is your definition of feminine energy? Like how feminine are you?
Mi siwezi jua niko feminine aje. I think tunavaa tu kadi. But kuna elements za for me, kama vile nimekwambia, when it comes away from job, let me put it away from work, because me when it comes to work tutamenyana kama mwanaume, unaleta na mimi naleta nayo. But I believe a lady should be a lady. Like you should be taken care of, you should wear your dresses, you should sit in a kind of way, you should, like just be feminine, look nice, smell nice, like have your good red lipstick, and just be prideful in what makes you feminine.
Mimi.
No, as in mdada ambaye ananiangalia.
Okay, because now for me, I really like a woman who's feminine. And when I say that is because number one, I'm a very minimalist. Mimi ile mtu yani nyumba itakuwa na kiti na TV peke yake na walls. So I want someone who can be able to plan up my space. You understand? And I feel like women are very good at that.
That is the planners. Thing.
And also like I like when I speak of I want a woman who's feminine, I want someone who has her own mind. As much as I'm a man, I want to be able to bounce my thinking or my ideas. That's
why it is a relationship.
Yes, and you can get to a point where you can actually give me some proper valid input. So and also like I like a woman who like takes care of herself. Like unajua tengeza nywele sawa nitalipia.
Wewe ni mtoto wa kike jamani.
Unajua do like
wendo unaangalia nyumba.
Exactly. Do you have any preference when it comes to men?
Yes. The same way a man can come and say, you know, I want a babe who's light skinned with a big bunda. Me, I want
tuziandike hapa chini sasa.
I want a man who is again bien high. Yeah, but you know, just a man who is kind. Like if you're a kind person, how you know, how you handle every single person. Ata mimi mwenye utani handle na kindness. So a man who has direction of where you're going to. As I said, penye nimefikia kwenye maisha yangu, you should slightly be above where I am in terms of Kenya unafanya pia maishani, usiwe tu umekaa tu nyumbani surely. Mimi naenda na piga mboka mbaya, alafu unakuja na kukuta babe umecheza PlayStation the whole day. Jamani, hapana. So a man who has his way and knows what he's doing, slightly above me and just kind. I don't really care about looks a lot. Okay, as long as
so kama sura iko nyuma na kisogo iko mbele uko sawa.
Mimi na marry for love. How my children look like that, that's their problem.
And kama urefu.
Okay, at least mimi mwenyewe ni mfupi. So
kijana 5'1".
Hapana, at least 5'3".
Ndio maana shaka ko bros. Okay.
Yeah.
And would you be comfortable with someone, because I know you don't drink, you don't smoke, you don't use any drugs. Would you be comfortable with someone who partakes?
As I said, to each their own. Me, I just want someone who's a good person.
Okay.
Like just be a good person ile kabisa, because msempoa atakuhandle vipoa. You're not a malicious person. You're not, you know, unapata ata kwenye, I'm one person who doesn't like arguing.
Okay.
I don't like being yelled at. I don't like izo kushout. I've never been even in a physical fight. So I can't seem to anaizo ma vurugu mbwe nini. You're a calm man, umetulia, but you know where you're going. Because me mwenyewe pia ni mkam. The only thing nikijam mi na nyamaza tu.
So
you have to take care of yourself. For me, I love a man who takes care of himself. A man who takes care of himself is going to take care of you. Mwanaume ambayo, well, not necessarily. Like you can work out for your own well-being, but unaweza work out lakini wewe si msafi. Like unaoga vizuri, unanukia vizuri, because me I love a man who smells good. You need to smell scrumptious. Yeah, like mimi siwezi kuwa nanukia vizuri alafu babe wangu na kuhug. Unajua mimi ni mfupi, so ukihug perfume na kuanga mmeka hapa. So nasikia nini hapo?
Okay. I think I've asked so much about like your preference and everything. Do hella.
Sindo nimesema in terms of accomplishment. See, kama mimi on Valentine's, like for me, I'm a gifter.
Okay.
So on your birthday, if let's say, I remember there's a man who I gifted, like he used to love working out, and you listen to what people say. So nikanunua some zile kama dumbbells za nyumbani. In case you don't want to go to the gym and you're tired, you can do something just in the house. Izo na there's something where unashikilia so that you can do your press ups. I don't even know what they're called. So you buy a man a gift like that. So can you be able to reciprocate as well? Because me si dem nakani expect unifanyie kila kitu. It's a two-way traffic. I do something for you, you do something for me. So pia lazima financially it makes sense kidogo. Kama mimi na earn this much, kama wewe ndo mwanaume, wewe ndo kiongozi wewe. President, vice president ni bora kushinda president jamani. Haiwezekani.
And then now let's talk about mainstream media, because it's something that we both have been involved in. You've been on TV. What is your take on mainstream media? Because I have my own opinion.
Yeah.
Lakini kwa sababu kusikia your own view.
I absolutely love mainstream media, but I remember telling, it was still my videographer. I think I would love to have done mainstream media when social media wasn't a thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Because you find maybe that way someone would have focused strictly on your talents and what you're good at and how good you are at your job. Because right now you find social media has taken us by storm. When it comes to the statistics on the table, I was looking at a survey that was done by Infotrack. People are still consuming radio and TV more than they are consuming social media. So we can't say...
Mainstream in Africa, it has a bigger reach and it's cheaper. Internet in Kenya is not, is really
so you find watu wa town, yes, wanatumia social media. a great deal, but bado mainstream is still quite big in the country in general. But penye tunaelekea, the dynamics are changing. And I feel that most of the media houses in Kenya are trying, but they could do a lot more when it comes to embracing a bit of both.
Yeah.
Not just putting your stuff out on YouTube, but dynamism in how you approach your content and how you appeal to the mass market, because most of the media houses that thrived completely was because they were new and fresh and appealed to the mass market in such a great way and were able to capture it at that time. But to understand, mass market in a grow. Ule mse alikuwa mass market at 25 5 years ago is 30 right now. Or mse alikuwa 35 at that time is 40 right now. Wamesha grow. So mass market inaenda kwa kina sisi, the Gen Zs. How are you capturing them so that you have a retainance in audience even as your mass market keeps on growing? Because kutakuwa na kagap hapo and a lot of people will be caught by surprise. So I feel that hapo ndo some mainstream media houses wanna fail, whereby they are not looking at now the future in terms of capturing this mass market without losing who they initially had, because there's a bit of both.
Mimi shida yangu ni yani, as male presenters who have honed their skills in this industry, we've studied the craft, tunanyuma makazi zinaenda kwa comedian na zinaenda kwa.
That's why I was telling you, me, I wish I did media saili akuwa na social media whereby unapata you hired for your talents. Look at someone like Maina Kageni, look at someone like Caroline Motoko, look at someone like Kalechi Momo. You find someone would find you and get your talent. Someone like what's his name, Johnson Mwakazi.
Exactly.
Mwakazi was because of his talent, and you can always teach talent instead of getting someone who's talent,
you know? Because now this actually, I'm gonna make it personal. I'm at a point where I'm not getting jobs because when you look at how the structures of mainstream media
ukona followers wangapi kwa social media?
Wako.
No, hiyo ndo swali unaulizangu siku hizi kwa interviews. How many followers do you have on TikTok, on Instagram?
And then also the thing is also like there's this element, and it's a structure that I've seen mainstream media speaking. So they will get a professional female host who's honed the skills and the craft, and anaweza fanya research, anaweza fanya a very good interview, and then on the male side they're gonna bring either comedian or not even now bringing headmen on board. So there it leaves people like us out. You understand? And I've seen it's something I know it used to happen also like on radio, but in the day where you find the lead presenter is a female who's a professional, and they bring a comedian. I get it in terms of crossing over, but I also feel like we need structures that will not make people like me feel like we've really put in so much work in this industry and we're still at our prime. I'm not like 70.
I think kuna ile assumption people just because on social media kuna kuanga na hii consumption a lot of cloud content and content that is not really intelligent. You think that Kenyans are not intelligent or they'll not consume intelligent content. Why did we used to listen to Shafi and Adele in the morning? Why did we used to listen to Shafi and Kalechi? Because they were both smart. Why do people listen to a station like Spice FM in the morning whereby it's strictly intelligent conversation? So we assume, media's role is to dictate or to set the pace of what is important, and we are slowly losing that because we are letting social media set the pace for us. Because okay, this is trending on social media, let's put it there. This talent is trending on social media, let's put them on TV, without understanding that. Because hata sisi for ladies tunapitia ka utuwako on social media una followers, kasi uoneshi bunda sina followers, jumisi uoneshi bunda, bila sauti niko na nini, bila hiyo niko na nini. Yes, you have the amazing body, but that can't be my only selling point. But it's unfortunate right now if you're not dancing or sexualizing yourself as a babe, the same way you're talking about as a man, if you're not doing comedy or content creation or dancing or whatever, it's very, very hard for you.
It is, wow, that's incredible, man. I like that. So all in all is let's prioritize work, and let's prioritize
real professionals for the job. It's just like in banking. So you'll be like, okay, this person makes really nice finance videos online, so we're gonna hire the person, vis-a-vis getting someone who's actually credible for the job. will basically damage every single thing or every single industry if we let social media set the pace. Yeah, social media is quite impactful, but do we understand the role that media plays in credibility? Because we trust you because you're a reliable source of information. So as the reliable source of information, it's up to you to put your foot down and be like, okay, radio TV has always made stars. Who knew Maina Kageni before that? Radio made him the star that he is because of his talent. And you find people thrive on social media. A dancer will be so dope on social media because of the talent in dance. But when it comes to media, can we hire people who are naturally so good at what they do?
Exactly.
Because for me, even for all the jobs I've done, I'm so grateful because I did not have any followers. Mimi ni ma media houses imenijenga na ma followers. And I've had to work hard for me to be able to build that following in the right way. So unapata kama singekuwa nimeingia NRG watu wangekuwa wamenijua. Kama Citizen hawangeamini Udema kuna talent, in as much as hana followers 4 million, wacha tumpatie chance. Let's take a chance on her. If they hadn't done that, mi bado ningekuwa nje, singekuwa na host 10 over 10.
Umekosa job because you stand on your values. Like you don't sleep around, you don't do favors. Have you?
Last year was a terrible year. At the end of the year, I lost such a huge deal.
Has someone approached you in that angle?
I never used to get those kind of approaches, and especially because I was so lucky in every single job I got in a media house. I've never been put in such a position. At Ibru, when I was getting in, there was an audition. There were over 700 people that came. I remember it was even trending on Twitter. 700 walikuwa wamekuja wanataka host wa 8. Show moja iko na host wa 8, imagine. So hiyo nili audition. Teen Republic nili audition. I didn't even know anyone. NRG nili audition from 2018, 2019, 2020 hakuwa na audition, nilingia 2021, 4 years later. So I didn't know anyone. At Citizen, mimi sijui mtu yoyote.
Actually, they called you.
Yeah. I got a call to come audition. Like, we've seen you, we've seen that you're talented. So would you be interested in doing an audition for us? And I was like, okay. And it took me a whole month before getting that job, being grilled. And education was one of the things because they were like, can we trust you? Because umeka miaka ngapi UN na ujamaliza.
Sasa, we.
So there are serious employers out here. But sa unapata huku nje kwa magigs. Soko chafu.
Huko sasa ndo soko chafu.
Soko chafu. Unakuta
tupatane ile sehemu.
Msiane, imagine alafu sasa mimi msiaezi ni approach directly. Jumini nayo ni kichwa mbaya. So unapata msia anakusaidia and then now ndo ako like, by the way unajua unakanga poa sana. Or even people in the industry pretend to be your friends. Like, ni beshte yako unaweza mu-approach for this and this and this. And then baadaye anakuambia, by the way unajua ndo nikusaidia na hii, unajua naweza come nikule pilau kwako alafu you know and I'm like, the hell?
Me, there's an old lady I knew for 50k. That is a fact.
Which year was that?
Hey, this was in 20 ile time ya B Club.
Yo
because I remember the place was B Club. So me, I'm chilling, some old lady came, she was like, yo, I'll give you 50 G's if we go. I contemplated.
Ningepata na muhadhara.
But she was an old woman, manzi.
Hapo atangori by the way.
Ngori manzi.
Amemwambia ongeze do.
Sina kwamba nili contemplate lakini
alafu sasa hiyo ulikuwa na do kwa mfuko.
That time was that was good. Lakini unajua pia nilikuwa naangalia age, I'm like,
ngori. Ngori.
Man, you know, I'm like, hey. So it's crazy because it's also happening to a lot of fellas out there. But Azeezah, what is it that you like to tell people? Do you live by any mantra or like is there any parting shot you like to tell our people?
For me, one thing I always say is there's no dream that's too big or too small. Na pia hakunanga timelines on when you should achieve your dreams. For example, someone like Taraji P. Henson, alipata mtoi akiwa bado ataja graduate or didn't even get a diploma. Hitakiwa how old?
What? She was complaining just the other day, like she's not even like being appreciated enough.
Now she's in her 40s, but sayo ndo amekuwa successful.
Even like around 52, if I'm not mistaken.
Like alianza kuwa successful in her 40s. You get. So unapata maybe tunajipatianga unnecessary pressure, and it's caused by social media, if we're being honest, because you go to social media. For example, I'm 24. Mimi napiga wax, niko Citizen, uko hapa niko like, mbona ido yangu bado ifiki yenye naona watu mtu ameamka asubuhi leo yuko Santorini, kesho yuko Malaysia, so unakuta hizo pressure kama hizo zinakupatia excessive pressure. Yeah, I need to have done this at this exact moment in time. So maisha ina pressure, maisha ina blueprint. Yeah, this is how you should do this. Or even regardless of kama si career, even when it comes to your friendships, your relationships, there's no blueprint of you should be treated like this. Or if a man doesn't do this for you, he doesn't like you, leave him alone. Or if a woman doesn't do this, then F all the B's, if you get me. So tunapata unnecessary pressure huko nje. So stick na script yako. If something works for you, alhamdulillah, well and good, stick to that. Kama mwanaume wako ndo una feel ako enough for you, why did marriages last at that time ya wazazi wetu? Because they never used to talk about these things nje.
So true. Alafu walikuanga nile, because I also think that a very big challenge that we're having as young people, you always think you can get better. You're
always told on social media there's better out there for you, but better the snake you know than, you know, the person out here. Okay, snake is not such a good comparison. Better the devil that you know than the angel that you don't know. Mtu wako unajua uzuri wake, unajua ubaya wake, but pia si ati ukondone nonsense all in the name of na stick na mandemo wangu. Ni just kuwa mjanja. Kila kitu haina timeline yake, work na timeline yako wewe mwenyewe. Kama mtu mwingine alipata at 20, well and good for them. Kama yako itafika at 30, hiyo ndo Mungu amekuandikia, and embrace it when it comes, and don't be afraid to start all over again, because you're not starting from scratch, you're starting from experience.
It's an evolution.
Yeah. When you quit, like maybe okay, I'm 30, but unfortunately things didn't work out, you can always start something else. Mwisho siku watu wana dedi. So unataka hapo ukiwa umejam ukiwa vitu zinakufrustrate ni nini, maisha watu watakusahau. So enjoy maisha yako. It's all about you, what you want, and don't let anybody ever talk you out of your dreams.
Ooh, I was actually about to close on that, but I cannot let her leave without us delving into this. You have a mini documentary coming out. I mean, there's no way I could let that pass. Yo karibu is sleep lakini kanyambia Buddha, let's come back to it. Because let me tell you, I felt so inspired because I heard you talking about it, and you had a camera following you for a year.
Yep.
How did that idea come to, and how did you execute it?
I watched the Kanye West trilogy on Netflix, and the good thing, as I told you about my videographer, ni kama brother wangu yani ile kabisa. So unapata, we were like, we're broke, both of us. That was the only person who knew I was broke, by the way. We are broke, both of us. So what do? Let's just shoot content. So from the beginning of the year, the initial plan was to do vlogs, but in a different way, whereby my vlogs wouldn't be, hey guys, welcome to my channel, na. No, they would be vlogs with commentaries, whereby they're done as productions, kabisa. But then as we went by, unaona yo kuwa perfectionist, both of us were like, he's a perfectionist, I'm a perfectionist. So we're like, we don't think we're ready to put out content. So we kept on shooting. Every event that I did, we shot the behind the scenes. Yani, there's a lot inside there when it comes to what I did. Mbaka, there was a time I was doing a ministry event, and then my outfit ikarip kwa bam.
So you're
anenda kuongea.
Oh my God.
So everything is there. So we shot it for a whole year. From my transitions, we didn't know what to expect. We didn't even know Citizen was coming. So content ilikuwa ina to catch by surprise. So we decided to put that into a 3-part mini docu-series. And this is me also inviting you. I'll be launching it at the Anga Cinemas. And yeah.
When date?
Very soon. After Ramadan. Because I am posting, I've changed my content calendar a bit to accommodate certain content during the Ramadan period, and then immediately after Ramadan now, we finally give you the mini docu-series.
Tarishe tuxedo.
Yes.
Una dress code.
All black. All black. All black and classy. All black juu, lazima ujue ni mazishi. Walai.
Wow, I'm super proud of you. I cannot wait for the release date. And do you have any plans in maybe getting into acting?
Surprisingly, akina kuibia maseries zangu zote. There's a series that I am on, and mtakuwa mnaiona very soon. No, a very bougie babe.
Okay.
Katikati that I made a cameo on, and there's also a film. There are 2 things coming out. There's a series that I made a cameo on a certain episode.
Can you tell us?
It's quite star-studded. I can't talk about it yet, but it's coming out very, very soon.
It's a new series?
Yes, it's a new series. It has some of the biggest stars that you never thought are going to act.
It's Nigani. it's something Nairobi. Ni ama stars Nairobi, they bring all the amazing women together.
No.
Okay.
No. It's actually a series. Yani watu wameact hapo hata mujui kama wanaweza act, but so they are so good.
It's a series.
Yes, it's an actual series. I'm in one of the episodes, and then there's another film that I'm a lead on. So mi ni mse na jaribu everything. What's the worst that could happen? Kama mnaona sijui kuact, si basi nirudi tu kwa DJing.
Actually, you even DJ.
Yes.
Have you started like charging for sessions?
Not yet. I wanted to make sure that skills zangu ziko on point. So for now, I'm still DJing at my show every single Friday. New mix every single Friday. Na sija repeat mix toka nianze show. You know, people thought it was a joke. Walikuwa nadhani ni kitu nimerecord. But part of even the mini docu, you'll see that my first class as a DJ and getting to learn hizo vitu zote, they're all in the mini docu.
Man, I can no way. That definitely is a must watch. Nimeambiwa ni pange tuxedo. Nitakuja nikiwa sharp, Takam nikiwa sharp. And anyone who wants to get in touch with you, wanakupata wapi? I'm
relaunching my website because I had to reconstruct a few things. My website was there and I used to have my official email, but for now, just reach out on DM. Yeah. If it's business, I'll look at it. Is it hi, hey, hi, beautiful. Isn't unfortunately see yibungi. Like, if it's anything business, I do check it out and then we can proceed from there. Then work around business. So Azeezah_H, that's AZEEZAH_H on every social media platform.
It has been Martin Kimathi Talks with our fast guest, Azeezah. And when Azeezah, like, you are an inspiration to so many people and we wish you the best. Lakini before muende, I want this conversation to be very inclusive. Nataka niwase pale muende kwa comment box, comment, like on this video. Let me know what is it that impressed you on this video, because mi nataka create an engaging community. And most importantly, tafadhali, please subscribe. We need to get the numbers up. Martin Kimathi Talks across all platforms with the one and only Azeezah. Thank you so much for coming through. But she was on time. Hey, she was on time.
Wongo.
Okay, I'll tell her like 2 minutes.
Lakini guys, mu subscribe by the way.
Please.
Mkikosa ku subscribe tunawatafuta. Yeah,
man.
Subscribe, man. Tusupportini bana. Mmekuwa mna support kwa TV. Support pia huku and let us know who you want Martin to have next on Martin Talks. Na I'll make sure he does it.
Yeah. Boom. Habari ndo hiyo. I can't even say anymore. I cannot top that. Thank you so much. Subscribe. Take care of yourself. We out.